What if a story gave you love, betrayal, war, and poison, and somehow still ended in total forgiveness? Within the first folio, this play stands out for its sheer complexity. Shakespeare tangles every trope he ever used, betrayal, war, and mistaken identity, to test if trust can survive the wreckage. At the center is Princess Imogen, who falls for Posthumus. Lacking royal blood, King Cymbeline banishes Posthumus, forcing the lovers apart. Before leaving, they exchange a vow of fidelity. That single promise becomes the emotional tripwire for everything that follows. The scene shifts to Italy, where Posthumus meets Iachimo, a man who believes that no woman is truly faithful. Posthumus, certain of Imogen's loyalty, accepts a dangerous bet. If Iachimo can prove she is unfaithful, Posthumus will lose everything he owns. Iachimo sneaks into Imogen's chamber while she sleeps. He notes intimate details and steals a bracelet, gathering enough fabricated evidence to stage a betrayal. And it works. Without asking for proof or confronting Imogen, Posthumus believes the lie. This impulsive judgment breaks their bond before the first act is even over. Posthumus orders his servant, Pisanio, to kill Imogen, but Pisanio refuses to follow the order and reveals the plot to her instead. To survive, Imogen flees the court and hides in the wilderness, disguised as a young boy named Fidel. Nearby, a second story is unfolding. Years ago, the king's two sons were kidnapped and raised in the mountains by a man named Belarius, unaware of their royal identity. The disguised Imogen eventually crosses paths with these two brothers. They don't recognize their own sister, yet they feel an immediate, instinctual bond. In this wilderness, identities are hidden, but for the first time in the play, genuine loyalties are actually being forged. Imogen drinks what she believes is medicine, but it's a sleeping potion. She falls comatose, leaving her unrecognized brothers to mourn her as dead. As she awakens, the micro-conflict of the family collides with the macro-conflict of the state. Britain goes to war with Rome, pulling every character toward the same battlefield. Posthumus returns to Britain disguised as a poor soldier. He isn't fighting for victory. He is seeking a redemptive death in combat to answer for his guilt. Relationships are shattered. Characters are masked. The loyal presumed dead. The narrative has reached its breaking point. Britain wins the war, and in the aftermath, every surviving character is brought together for a final confrontation. The truth finally comes out. Iachimo confesses his deception, and Posthumus realizes the magnitude of his mistake. The final secrets collapse. The lost princesses are identified, and Imogen drops her disguise to show she is alive and loyal. In an instant, the overwhelming noise of the plot vanishes, replaced by a single clear picture of the truth. Posthumus represents the danger of impulsive judgment, the cost of believing without questioning. Imogen, however, shows the resilience of unwavering integrity. The constant use of masks and hidden names proves a point. People are rarely what they seem at first glance, but the truth eventually reveals itself to those who stay patient. A story with this much betrayal usually ends in a pile of bodies. Instead, Shakespeare chooses a different resolution. Even Iachimo is spared. This play proves that while trust is fragile, truth ultimately heals. It serves as a blueprint for how we might finally